Former federal prosecutor. Thanks so much for being with us, Joe.
My pleasure.
So these two Soviet-born men are accused of campaign finance violations. What are they supposed to have done?
Right. So I feel like we've gotten a crash course these last few years, right, in campaign finance. And we've heard all kinds of theories about what can and can't be a violation. But what they're accused of is pretty straightforward. Basically, what the indictment says is that they, through a shell company, managed to get funds from overseas, the Ukraine and perhaps elsewhere, funnel them through a shell company in order to make them look like they were U.S.-based contributions to a couple of super PACs aligned with the president. Now, as we know, you cannot accept foreign money into a U.S. domestic campaign, whether it's for president, whether it's a super PAC, for Congress. By basically hiding this money through what appears to be a U.S. company, that's the conspiracy they're charged with. And again, it's charges at this point. They've not been proved, but of course it's really serious.
Right, and the Trump campaign, of course, is saying that it didn't know that this money was foreign, because you don't when it's hidden. But totally separately, these men are associates of Rudy Giuliani, and the congressional committees want to hear from them and have issued subpoenas for them and their documents. What is that about?
Well, I've heard people already saying this case has absolutely nothing to do with what the House is looking into. But right, for that reason you pointed out, that's really not true, because these were supposed to be Mayor Giuliani's sort of fixers in the Ukraine. They were helping him delve into this mission of finding out information about Joe and Hunter Biden. So here you have, on the one hand, they appear to be possibly key witnesses into exactly what the House is looking into. On the other hand, now they're criminal defendants, along with two other gentlemen. So when you put them in that position, the likelihood of them cooperating, now that they're facing severe federal charges, I would say becomes a lot more likely that they will be forthcoming with whatever the House wants to hear from them.
Does this potentially put legal pressure on Rudy Giuliani himself?
At a minimum, he seems clear he's a witness. I mean, it's hard to see how he can continue to function as a lawyer and say, I am here to give legal advice, it's privileged, I can't be forced to talk about what I say. But at the same time, he seems key as a witness in both these instances now. One, whether or not the president was trying to pressure the Ukraine into getting information about Joe Biden. And now, on the other hand, his association with these two individuals who were allegedly funneling money into a U.S. campaign from overseas. So even though technically these are two separate incidents, as of now, Rudy is the connecting force. And I don't see how he can continue to function as a personal lawyer to the president with the knowledge he has of both these cases.
Joe Moreno, thanks for explaining that so clearly.